Welcome to the Life Makeovers podcast. My name is Cindy D. Whitmer, and I am the Midlife Makeover Coach, helping you turn your midlife into your best life, one step at a time. Through powerful conversations, my own midlife roller coaster story, and over 3 decades of helping people transform their lives through counseling and coaching, I am on a mission to help you create your own definition of success and happiness. Thank you for being here. Hey, everybody, it's Cindy here, and happy Monday to you. So I'm going to have a little fun with you today because I think maybe we take life too seriously sometimes. I know I have before, and I bet you do too sometimes. And one of my friends and colleagues, I believe it was Alyssa Bakar, said recently to me, there's a lot of seriosity in the world. Seriosity, and I was like, what's seriosity? And she said it's the state of being too serious or taking yourself or your life too seriously. Oh boy, seriosity. I think there is a lot of seriosity going on. Now, let me just, little disclaimer here. I know there are some serious things going on in the world. Obviously, I am not living under a rock, and I know there are just absolutely dire circumstances going on around the world, and it breaks my heart in many, many ways. I have personal connections to where some of the wars are going on, people that I know and love that are in danger on a consistent basis. So that's just one thing. And then I have people in my life who face threats in their lives just for who they are. So, and the list could go on and on and on, but that's part of why I wanted to do this little podcast about not taking our lives so seriously, because it is easy breezy to take life too seriously and to get all wrapped up and wound up and worried about all kinds of things. I mean, it just does, about these big issues going on around the world and in our neighborhoods and our communities and everything. And so, but there needs to be a balance, right, between being caring and compassionate and interested and wanting to find solutions and wanting to be a part of progress, as well as, letting yourself detach a bit from the news or the stress and making sure that you are able to tap into your daily joys and your blessings and still have fun in your lives, right? Because, like, when I was a kid growing up, for example, I've shared this before, that one of the things my parents said at the dinner table every night was, you need to clean your plate because there are starving children in Africa. And there were starving children in Africa, and there are still starving children in Africa. There's probably starving children within 10 miles of where I live, actually, if we're all honest with ourselves. You don't have to look as far as a continent or country across the world, across the sea, to find that problem. But whether I ate my dinner or not didn't make any difference to those children at that time, But I know my parents wanted me to appreciate my dinner and they wanted me to grow strong and all of that. So my point is that when you feel joy and blessing in your life, or you're having a good time, you're laughing and having a good time, not to the detriment of other people, it doesn't mean you don't care about the serious things going on. It means that we all need a reprieve from the heaviness, the seriousness of the human experience. And so, yeah, I want to think about, how we can take life a little less seriously sometimes. And what I find with women in midlife is a lot of you are out there beating yourselves up. Self-abuse is one of the most prevalent kinds of abuse there is. And women in midlife are easy targets with themselves, because many of you badger yourselves because you don't think you're thin enough, or you think you're aging too quickly, or you're angry with yourself for having health issues or chronic pain or something, or you badger yourself because you of some decision you made 20 years ago, or you aren't as financially secure as you wish you were at this point in your life, and you feel stupid about it, or you never got that college education, so you think that actually means something negative about you, or whatever, the neighbor looked at you cross-eyed and you're shook up about it, or who knows, whatever. We've all, had things go on, but the worrying that you're doing, the overthinking that you're doing, the negative self-talk that you are doing, these are all ways that we take life too seriously. And we could be kinder to ourselves. We could show ourselves more self-compassion, right? We could be kind to ourselves. How about, what would it be like if you started to be kind with yourself instead of badgering yourself, instead of seeing your flaws or seeing what you think are mistakes or failures? What if instead you saw all the wonderful things you've done in your life, or the great qualities that are all a part of who you actually are? And what if we could just find great comfort and security and true happiness in just the everyday things, just the little everyday things? Like, I love that. Like, a simple day to me is sometimes the best kind of day. And yeah, I've climbed a pyramid in Egypt. I've ridden a camel in Israel. I've been to all the states in the United States except Alaska. I've been in all the oceans. I've had an adventurous, fun life so far, and have friends all over the world. And I'm so blessed and grateful for all of that. But you know what? I can be just as happy, just as fulfilled, just sitting in my living room, curled up on the couch with a good book, with my cat snuggling up beside me, and my husband hanging around reading one of his men's health magazines, or, just simple, playing a game of cards, eating our dinner, going for a little walk outside in the quiet of the trail around our house, whatever, just simple, nothing, wow, just wow. And so, yeah, I think we ought to take ourselves a little less seriously, not worry so much, not ruminate so much, definitely not speak poorly to ourselves as much, and then find joy in the little things. Let's do that. Wouldn't that be a great start to the week? Thank you so much for listening to the Life Makeovers podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share this podcast with those that you think would also benefit from what we're doing here. And I will talk to you again soon.